Ken actually called me when I was living in Rochester.
I started working collections at Financial. A kid I used to go to high school with, well, at least he rode the bus, and we just kind of knew each other. Jeff Quillo.
I knew he was Ken Leonard. The kid played drums. And then I heard from a couple other guys that were working with him at the other end of the office that he was into metal.
I was talking to him about it because we just started talking and like reacquainting ourselves.
Called me up and was like, hey, you know, I got this kid Jeff, he wants to start something. Just wondering if you wanted in and, you know, start a new band.
I was originally supposed to be a guitarist for Crisis. And so I showed up to his house with a guitar the first day.
I guess Rob thought he was going to play guitar. I kind of feel bad. He thought he was going to play guitar, and then I just waltzed in with my half stack, I think, and a fucking guitar. And I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm playing guitar. I was like, ooh.
So for that practice, there was 3 guitarists. And I ended up just tuning my guitar lower to bass.
And he just tuned the guitar way down and makeshift bass for the first jam session. And that was the first time I met Danny, Rob, and then the Hardcore Steve guy was there too.
I knew this kid Steve. Ken also did too, because we were friends with him with the Kaufman brothers. We had him over a few times, tried him out.
I said I wanted to choose my words carefully. Hardcore, okay, fine. I'll be blunt there. Hardcore Steve was a 30-some-year-old guy that wanted to be our age. And, again, to be blunt, he just didn't really fit in with the music.
Hardcore Steve, he just kind of didn't belong.
So we ended up going with one of Jeff's friends from work, Chris Shunk.
I brought Shunk in because I jammed with him in this other band that was called The Fellows for Heroes with a couple of my friends from Lockport. And that fell through.
Chris was a lot better at screaming. He had a really good voice.
So that was our core for a while. It was me, Danny, Rob, Jeff, and Shunk, Chris.
And we played a few shows. We had a decent set down.
We won our first Battle of the Bands, like our very first show, which was pretty sweet at Town Ballroom.
I thought it was a pretty fun show. A little bummed, maybe a little more people could have been there. It was our first show, could have gone a lot worse. I mean, any show could always be better.
Our first show, we actually had products too. We had a merch table.
We had some shirts, Crisis of the Day shirts. And they were like weird gray shirts, kind of cheap.
I don't think we sold anything.
We didn't sell any shirts.
My oldest sister Amy was giving out free hugs. Jackie was giving out free tattoos, which were a Sharpie marker.
Free hugs and drawing on people and shit with Sharpies.
And we actually got a lot of publicity from that.
And then we played the finals for that Battle of the Band with Gorilla, where I actually dislocated my thumb. So I was holding onto a drumstick with a batting glove, and then I tried putting it between each one of my fingers, and I was just getting blisters and raw rub. Actually, I still have scars between my fingers from trying to do that, but I had this giant swelled immobile thumb that was just like, it's not working. I had a thumbs up the entire night.
And then after a while, things just kind of slowed down. The writing process definitely decreased, and we were just kind of like, shit, we don't know what to do. So we decided to just take what we had and start recording.
I ended up bringing over some recording stuff just to throw some stuff together.
He used this Adobe software with some Radio Shack microphones, I believe they were.
I actually bought them that morning on my way over to practice.
And the mic stands ended up being golf clubs duct taped to the top of a step ladder.
And the boom stands consisted of, I think, a 9-iron with a 12-foot ladder.
With the microphone kind of draped over it.
And that was our basis of recording. Needless to say, just didn't quite cut it for our standards.